What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday to you all. Welcome in to Around the Diamond here on the Rec Room Sports Network. I am AP Allen Prowlis, joined, of course, by Mr. Jonathan Grishman himself on the road as he is headed down south. How you doing, sir?
Man, I'm always all over the place. I keep telling you guys that. I'll get a chance to firsthand see it here. So, man, I'm doing good though. Doing good. Getting some extra work done. Right when I got back from vacation last week, it was straight to work. So it hasn't slowed down since I returned.
Awesome. And again, I'm kind of jealous, but hey, you definitely deserve it. You're a hardworking man, and a little bit of relaxation in the DR is not coffee.
I had 6 days of relaxation, 1 day of work with a little bit of recruiting down on the island as well. So got to have a little fun, got to have some time away, and then go watch some talented ball players out there in the Dominican Republic too. So got to find a way to kill two birds with one stone every chance I can.
Nice. And speaking of jealousy, the third member of our crew just hopped in. Ladies and gentlemen, the Hall of Famer himself, Scott Cove.
Hi, I'm Jonathan in the car. First time, long time. Can I ask
I told Alan this is kind of giving me a throwback back in the day when I was when Dan was doing the shows, and everything, and there were times where we do our show and I'm driving from one place in DFW to another in East Texas and whatnot. So this is kind of getting a little bit of a throwback vibe.
So Scott, we've been talking about the terrible heat we've been getting in Oklahoma and Texas. So how's the weather in Boston?
We just got through, no exaggeration, 4 days of 98 degrees plus up here. And we're going back into it after a 2-day respite, which starts tomorrow, where it's going to be 95 for the next 5 days. And it's humid as heck. So it feels like it's about 125 degrees out. So
that's a cold front down here.
Yeah, but I don't want everybody's like, oh, the humidity's not so bad. Yeah, try standing out there for like 5 minutes and you're drenched completely in your shirt.
Try umpiring in Houston at 100 degrees with the humidity we get down here and that. So, yeah, that's what I'm headed to go umpire tomorrow in Houston and a little recruiting too. So that's going to be a lot of fun for me.
Alan's been through a lot in the last 10 days, so weather-wise.
Yeah, I was going to say try dealing with that without having any heat in your apartment because an EF1 high wind, not really a tornado, but a wind event just decided, you know what? Knock out your power, knock down your trees, cut off your buildings. Love living in Norman, Oklahoma right now.
Move to Boston. There's plenty of room for you here.
Hey, Sam's already trying to get me to move down to Tennessee, which I'm.
What is there to do in Tennessee?
Nothing but drink, I guess.
And Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's.
So. Well, we're about to get one here potentially. So
yeah, we'll never.
Not see even. There's a Buc-ee's in Tennessee.
Yeah, there's a few of them. I think there's a couple of them at least.
I know I'm about to get gas here. I'm about to get gas here in a minute at a Buc-ee's here in Texas, but I didn't know they were in Tennessee.
Yeah, they're in Tennessee too, and they're expanding. It's not like they're stopping. They're expanding.
Oh, for sure they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't know how your geography of the metro is, Jonathan, but the one we're potentially getting is west of Yukon. It's like off of Cimarron Road. It's like not that far. Because they just put an Allsups over there on Banner, so they'll be having an Allsups and a Buc-ee's right next to each other. So,
yeah.
But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're not here to talk about the weather.
Come on, Buc-ee's talk for everybody tonight. You want to hop on. Give us your Buc-ee's.
We got to get some baseball talk in, and guys, it's been a while since we've been on. Obviously, with Jonathan on vacation, we're taking the 4th of July holidays off, or at least in my Powers case, just going completely haywire.
Alan, I'm jealous. I saw his pictures. I'm jealous.
I am too. And he got paid for it too. I know
that. Jeez.
Oh, hey, you got to find a way to skirt the system.
That's true. I agree.
But something I know you've been itching to talk about, Jonathan, is the recent labor updates with the CBA, especially coming from the owner side. I'm not. This has been a couple weeks, so I'm not quite brushed up on it. I know there was a couple things on there that involved the MLB draft, maybe shortening that a little bit, and a lot of that affecting some of the high school players potentially coming out as well. And then I think you and I were talking about the salary cap proposal is kind of similar to what the NBA has theirs currently at. But how are you feeling about the recent proposals? I know it's probably not moving the needle right now, but some of the things that kind of stood out to you as far as the recent proposals from either side.
Oh yeah, and like we said, the similarity of the cap is to the NBA, the soft cap, because you have the soft cap where there's a little bit of room post after if you spend a little bit above the salary cap, you get a little bit. There is some penalties, but it's not a heavy hard cap like the NFL has, and you're still allowed to go over the cap. You just got to pay some penalties in the process to do so. I'll talk more about the draft and what they're trying to do with that and shrinking. And I told you guys this. We talked about this for over a year. That was the proposal that it was going to be introduced. When we got to this point, there's so many rumors and so many talks about reducing the draft, reducing minor leagues. That's part of the proposal too. Is down the road is. If you're going to cut the draft, you're going to cut minor league because you don't need that many teams in the minors anymore. And so all you're doing is you're cutting jobs. You're cutting opportunities. We saw this already. They did this once. The draft was 40 rounds before, and it dropped down to 20. And when they did that, they cut all the rookie-level teams, most of the rookie-level teams, throughout minor league baseball. You used to have 2 different rookie-level teams, 2 different single-A teams. You had a double-A team and a triple-A team. They've kind of cut that down to where you don't even really have any rookie level teams anymore. All the rookies, if they sign, they go play in the complex league in Arizona and Florida, and then when they're ready, they go sign to low A or high A. And now with the reduction of proposal of the draft, the plan's going to be we're going to get rid of low A. It's just going to be 1 single A team, 1 double A team, and 1 triple A team, and you're going to have. The complex league is still going to be around because it doesn't cost teams a lot of money. This is all it is. It's billionaires saving millions. And we get it. If you look at it that way, fine, get it, understand. But you're costing people jobs. You're costing players jobs. You're costing stadium jobs. You're costing revenue to these small little towns that have these minor league teams. You're costing them opportunities to make revenue. And again, for a small town, that 5,000 seat, that 8,000 seat minor league ballpark does bring in some decent revenue for that little city, that little town. So there's going to be a pushback, a fallback on what this proposal does and about how it hurts more than just players. It's going to hurt the players and the opportunities in the future of what these guys are trying to do. But the biggest issue I have with this whole thing and what Major League Baseball is doing is they understand they're in a position to make college baseball their single-A minor league baseball program, and they're going to do it for free, which is what they did with the Atlantic League. They invested. It wasn't a free thing, but they invested in the Atlantic League and said, we're going to use you guys as eventually a free labor. We don't pay you guys. We're going to invest, but we're going to use the Atlantic League to test out the rules, to test out scouting opportunities, and to see if these guys are good enough to come jump up in single-A and double-A baseball from there. They are going to look at college baseball, the SEC, the Big 12, the ACC for the most part of it, and say, you're going to be another version of minor league baseball for us. And we're not going to pay you to do it, but we know your system in college baseball is as close to single-A and double-A as it probably has ever been right now. The talent level is so good in college baseball. Major League Baseball says, you mean we can have you guys develop our players, these college baseball players, and get them ready for single-A and double-A, and we don't have to do it, and we don't have to pay for it? Sounds great. Sign us up. That's what they're doing right now. That's exactly what they're planning out to do and saying in the process of saying no high school kids can enter the draft anymore. You have to go to college. Go get your development in college. That we're supporting the development, even though we're not paying you guys. We're going to support you guys to go get development college for 2 years, and when you're ready to get drafted, then you're ready to go play single A and double A. And now the fallback of it is, and I'll leave this my last point before to let everybody else go. The fallback is now we're just going to continue to rush minor league players through the system to get to the big leagues when they're not ready to play in the big leagues. We are seeing more and more minor league guys get rushed because you have an investment in it, a high investment in those players that you feel you need to get them to the big leagues as fast as possible, even if they're not ready. It used to be a process to go through the development of the minor league system and prove yourself to be ready. We are beyond that now. It's beyond, because now we're seeing more teams take one of their top prospects in double A, and they're going to go ahead and sign them to a long-term extension before they even made it to the big leagues and say, all right, well, hey, we're going to pay you like a big leaguer. We might as well bring you up now and see what you can do. And it takes those guys 2 to 3 years before they finally show they're ready to be big leaguers. Instead of just keeping down in the minor leagues and being patient, you rush them, you hurt them, you slow their development down, and in 3 years, you really may get the investment in return based off of the time they get to the big leagues. But the more we see, the more those guys fail to actually lead to the expectations. I'll use my one of these player, for example, Dylan Cruz. LSU's own Dylan Cruz. He has struggled in the big leagues for the last 3 years. Or for 2 years, I will say 2 years. For the last 2 years, he has struggled in the big leagues. If he took his time to play in the minors, if the Nationals took their time and says, you are our future, we don't need you now because we're not going to win now. We're going to make sure you are ready to go to be the leader of our team because we drafted you number 3 to do so. We are going to make sure you get everything you need to develop. They rushed him. They slowed his development down. They had to send him back down to the big leagues. He's finally starting to show that he's putting it together. But guess what? It's taken 2 to 3 years before they showed glimpses that he was ready to go.
Mm-hmm. Scott?
So I love the stories of start in single A, dominate there, work your way up. Rookie ball. Then you go to single A, double A, triple A. I love those stories. I love watching them. I love watching these guys progress. I'm in lockstep with Jonathan. This proposal that has been forwarded to the union is basically a shot to baseball. Baseball will never be the same again if the union was to ever think about accepting this deal, which I hope they're not. But again, towns like Greenville, South Carolina, Gwinnett, I'm just using those towns for examples. New Britain, Connecticut. All those towns will not have baseball teams. Their economies will be affected. Workers will be without jobs. Baseball players will not be the same when they come to the major leagues, simply because there is not an outlet for them to go to. And as Jonathan said, there's only so many jobs that you can give people. Once those jobs are done, hey, sorry, on the border of working their way up to double A. We don't have a position for you. We have to cut you. And there's no place for them to go. No place. So to me, these guys that are in the draft now better think that, well, I don't want to say that. 5 years ago, thank their lucky stars they got drafted 5 years ago because baseball is about to become a monumental change. I agree. It's not University of Florida anymore. It's not LSU. It's not this. It's you're the affiliate of the Las Vegas A's. You're the affiliate of the Seattle Mariners. You're the affiliate of – you're not the University of Florida anymore. You're not the University of Washington. You're not UCLA. You're not USC. You're the affiliate for the Seattle Mariners to get ready for these guys to go play in Seattle in 5 years. I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. I hope the union firmly rejects this and goes back to the bargaining table. I have a feeling this is going to be an acrimonious negotiation.
Well,
I really.
for
I'm
for the
afraid
college. Go ahead, Scott. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm afraid this is gonna take longer than we think it's gonna take to ratify a new deal. That's my fear right now, is that baseball will be without baseball for a long while because of offers like this. So
For the college game, I'll say this: for the college game, it would be tremendous.
oh, absolutely,
For college
absolutely.
baseball,
Agreed.
because you're getting superstars to come play. You're almost getting. I mean, we saw this with the NBA when the NBA said, "Hey, no high school kid. You have to spend 1 year in college." So all the we saw the Kevin Durant's, we saw the Greg Odens, we saw these guys that were in college for 1 year, yes, but they were budding superstars going into the college game. And how it boosted college basketball. You're telling me that college baseball gets the best of the best high school kids. It absolutely is going to blow up college baseball to a level, and even at my level in the JUCO world, we're going to get more opportunities with these guys because again, they're going to play immediately at the JUCO level, but they're going to get opportunities at the D1 more so. And then you're talking about more money that's being involved with the NIL world. Like that, it's going to be a huge investment to the college game. Yes, but if we're drawing it up to what the professional ranks are supposed to be, I I like the system that we have. If you're a high school kid and you get drafted and you think that and they're going to offer you more money than the slot value, go get it. Go get your money. If you're a high school kid, if you get drafted and they offer you less than what your slot value, go to college. And guess what? You spend 3 years in college then. And I'm fine with that. I like that. I wish the NBA would do that. Let the high school kids go. If they don't sign and they don't get the contract they want, guess what? You got to go back. You got to go to college, and you're there for 3 years. I like that idea. I like the 3 year deal for it. And then you're focusing on the development side. But the high school, if you're Grady Emerson, I know we're going to talk about draft here a little bit, but Grady Emerson, who he's a top 3 pick in the draft. He's a high school kid from Dallas, Texas, and he's going to be a top 3 pick in the draft. And I mean, he's gonna get a big signing bonus. Well, guess what? If you're top 3 pick, and you're getting a signing bonus, by all means, go play professional baseball. And I'm fine with that. And if he decides that down the road, he says, you know what, maybe professional baseball right now is not what I want. I'm going to go to college, and I'm going to go play for University of Texas in the process. Great, let them. And then at that point, if he says, I'm going to go to Texas to play, guess what, Grady? You got to be there for 3 years then. You let it be the case. You let these top kids go, and the kids that don't want to go to pros yet, let them go to college. But all you're trying to do is you're reducing the opportunities, like you said, Scott. You're reducing the opportunities by cutting the draft to 12 rounds, by cutting minor league baseball, and thinking that this is acceptable. It's not acceptable to continue to kill the opportunities, these jobs, these minor league jobs. They've done it in the last 6 years, 7 years. It started with COVID. And guess what? And everybody has used COVID as the excuse. Oh, we need to cut this. We need to cut this. College has been doing the same thing. We opened the transfer portal because of COVID to let kids transfer to get closer to home. Great. Awesome. Now fix it. Do your part to fix it. Major League Baseball has cut the draft to half, to 20, because of COVID. And they were saying that we knew we were going to lose revenue during COVID, so we're going to make sure that we at least keep our revenue up. Fine. Get it. Guess what? You have been profitable, Major League Baseball, for the last 5 years since COVID. And you are now sitting here saying, well, guess what? We need to cut more expenses. Excuse my language here. Bullshit.
That's right.
You are finding a way to cut expenses to save pennies on the dollar and think that this is better for the game of baseball. Adding more jobs, adding more players to the game, and investing in the development of your players is what's best for baseball. And all you're doing right now is saying, screw the minor leagues, screw the minor league kids, screw the college kids, and screw the high school kids. They don't matter at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. So let's use this example, Alan. Joe Smith, Norman High School, gets drafted top 5 by, let's say, Washington. He will not be able, in this new offer proposal, if it ever got accepted, he would go right to single A or double A baseball. If he chose not to go to college and went right to the pros, he'd go right to single A or double A. That costs another guy in single A or double A a job, number one. Number two, now this guy that got cut has to go look for another job, and Joe Smith does not, from North Norman High School, does not get the proper coaching and the proper tools to, when he goes to the major leagues, be a viable major league ball player. So teams like Kansas City, Washington, teams like that will always struggle. Why? Because in this new proposal, we're doing away with those low-level minor league baseball. It's done.
And a lot of these teams thrive on the minor league system. I mean, Tampa Bay is the best example of it for what they've been able to do and what they've been able to. Miami. I mean, we talked about it last Thursday about the Miami Marlins and how good their farm system has been. And look at what they did throughout the month of June. They won 20 games in Miami this past month. So it works. The minor league system works. You just gotta. People aren't looking at the fine print with it though, which is stupid. Because it's like you see that the system works.
Right.
And we're looking at look at all the big spenders in the Major League Baseball. Only one big spender is having success, and that's the LA Dodgers right now. Everybody else is either struggling badly if you're the New York Mets, or you're having injury problems like the New York Yankees. Meanwhile, you have small market teams that make less, i.e. the Chicago White Sox, who are winning their divisions, building through their minor league system, and are having success this year because of their minor league system.
Gone are the days where you trade 3 minor leaguers to the Phillies for Kyle Schwarber. If this new proposal comes into effect, those days are gone. Because you can't afford to trade those prospects. The Pirates, every year, what do? Paul Skeens traded for what? Garrett Cole traded for what? Top 3 prospects in the organization. Those days are gone if this proposal was to ever go through. And it's not. They're going to reject it. But those days are gone. You will not get a Garrett Cole trade for 3 top-level minor league prospects. You will not get a Paul Skeens trade in 3 years for 4 top-level prospects. You just won't get it anymore. Mm-hmm. Because there's not enough bodies to fill that position and to send away for Paul Skeens. So what you will get is, okay, Paul, contract runs out. Don't sign another contract. We'll sign you to a huge free agent deal. Those will be the free agency will flourish in this, and trades will disintegrate and almost be nothing. So, and that's an unfortunate part of baseball, because what do we all look? Hey, what did Paul Skeens get back in trade? What did Strasburg get back in trade? What did these guys get back in trade? Wow, that's a really good deal for the Pirates.
Wins above replacement, stuff like
wins
that.
Above all that stuff. Gone. Completely gone.
Mm-hmm. What was it? We mentioned Salem, Virginia, and their small minor league team. Obviously, one of your affiliates there for the Red Sox.
Yep. Worcester. And Wolfsburg is gone. Will be gone.
A lot of I know there's a minor league team in Amarillo. That's, I believe, is a single A team. I think they're within. I want to say they're Seattle's. My single A team is in Amarillo. I know we have the AAA for the Dodgers, but that don't mean nothing. Oklahoma City will be fine. But it's like some of the smaller towns that have these will be highly affected, just as Jonathan was mentioning. If this were to, which it's not. I'm sure the union has well aware that if this does come to fruition, it's going to cost a lot of their players' jobs. So that they would if they were smart about it, they would never accept a proposal like this.
I don't think they're going to, but we haven't heard that they've rejected it yet. And how long has it been since it's been on the table?
Been like what, a couple weeks almost now?
Something like that, 2.5, 3 weeks. There's been no hard rejection by the union, unless I've missed it, which I don't think I have. I don't think the union's rejected it. I think they've just left it on the table, hoping that the owners just pull it back. But yeah, I mean, the owners are looking to save money. in all of this. These multi-million dollar owners, what are they looking for? Let's save $2 million. Let's save $2.5 million. Let's save $10 million. We have for a ballpark. We don't have to pay players salaries now. As Jonathan said, we'll just let the colleges get our players ready to come to the Major League Baseball.
What is it that a wise man once said? You have to you have to spend money to earn money.
Yep. I don't like this. I just don't.
But it's not even about that. It's not even about the fact that it's just that they're looking at it and saying, we don't need this many minor league players anymore. We don't need to have this many teams to play. Like they're gonna. But here's the question: then is why are we talking about expanding Major League Baseball? Then I know they kind of put that on pause for right now, but there has been expansion talks in Nashville, Charlotte, Portland, Utah. Montreal's been talked about again. But yet we're going to worry about. We're going to try to cut opportunities out of the minors as we're going to expand out. It doesn't resonate well with me because, again, as I've always said to you guys, I've always on the show, I am pro player no matter what when it comes to everything that goes on in Major League Baseball. And in this instance right here, like if this was taking place, if this gets voted on, this is where it also resonates for me. And I've said this to you guys before on the show. If this ends up getting voted and approved because the CBA, if something happens and this gets approved, and we cut minor league opportunities, I wouldn't have gotten signed then. I was in single A. I was in low single A most of my 4-year career, going up to the high A. If this happened, Jonathan Grisham doesn't play minor league baseball.
Right.
Guys like me who are overlooked in college doesn't get an opportunity to play professional baseball, and that's a shame. You have guys who are good ball players, and they are losing their opportunities in the minors because Major League Baseball is looking at it and saying, we don't need you guys because we'll let everybody else do our job for us, and we're going to save the opportunities to do it. Which I hate it, and I'm hoping with the new leadership that has taken over the Players Union that they understand. And from everything I'm hearing and everything I'm reading, and the people that I've talked with, some of my friends who are still involved in professional baseball, they're saying that there is a renewed faith with leadership right now. Now, how far does that get carried over into these negotiations for the betterment of the players? That's to be determined. But there is a renewed faith currently with the new leadership that is taking over with the union going into these negotiations right now, which I hope that continues to grow and continues to be the case for the Players Union.
Here's my problem. Good baseball men could lose their jobs if this ever got approved.
Yes.
Guys that teach the fundamentals down in the lower single A level could have no jobs in 6 months if this ever got approved. And that's a shame for baseball because you don't find a lot of guys that are willing to, hey, come to the ballpark at 1 o'clock. We got a 7 o'clock game. Let's bunting practice. I'm going to teach you the right way to bunt. I'm going to teach you the right way to hit the cutoff guy. I'm going to teach you this. I'm going to teach you that. Those days will be gone. Those days will be gone. And that's a shame because then what will we get in Major League Baseball in AAA? Guys that don't have any idea what fundamentals are in the game. The fundamentals will suffer because of this proposal, and if it ever got accepted, which I can't even imagine it'll get accepted. But if it ever did, goodbye to good baseball in some of these markets. Goodbye to it.
So we always know, Scott, these negotiations are give and take.
Yes.
Which we already know the biggest give and take type of conversation in the CBA talks is the salary cap.
Yep.
Where's the line in this? Where's the give and take? Where do you think this goes? If the union says we're not cutting the draft and you're not cutting minor league baseball, like that's not where do you see the owners pivot to say then, like, is that the conversation we go, hey, in order for us to drop the cap, we're going to have to cut the minor leagues in the draft?
That's what it's going to be. I think, Jonathan, is the union will say, okay, we'll get rid of the cap, but you have to keep the cutting of lower level minor league baseball in the contract, in the new CBA. I think that's what's going to happen. I think the union will be. I think it'll be stuck. I think the owners will say, okay, no salary cap, but we have to cut this lower level baseball out because we can't afford to pay players millions and billions and millions of dollars in contracts if we don't have any place to get the money from. So we've got to cut all these guys, all these lower level A ball and whatever to get rid of the salary cap.
Because then I also see that. Tell me if I'm wrong on this. Didn't I see where the revenue share split? Is it more centered, or was there a step back in the revenue split too with the players and owners?
Is it a 51-49? Isn't that what I read? 51-49, or is it a 50-50?
Isn't that what it already is?
I think it already is 51-49. So I think it's.
So we're not even. You know, I thought I saw something where it's almost a reduction in the revenue share as well for the players. Now, tell me again. I could be wrong from what I read, and it's been a while. It's been a while since I read that part of the proposal, but they're kind of looking. If I remember correctly, and I hope, and Alan, please, one of y'all. Obviously, I can't research it right now, but I thought I saw something where
50-50 split is the proposal. 50-50 split.
So they're saying that's okay. So they're gonna. So the owners basically, that's their give is. If you add the salary cap, we'll give you the extra 1% to have a full split. But I remember this argument was made was, okay, so we're getting a 50-50 split of less revenue?
Yeah, that's basically.
I mean,
what the owners are basically saying is we'll give you a 50-50 split, but a salary cap has to be in, and the cutting of minor league baseball has to be in. If you don't approve this, then we're going to take more money and go 55-45 or something like this. And you can have no salary cap and all these in, but you're losing money. So the players are in a no-win situation right now because the owners are hanging over their heads right now. Hey, if you don't accept this deal, it's going the other way from 50-50. It's going 53-47, 54-46, whatever it is. So there's a no-win situation on this player side. So I don't know. That my fear is this lasts longer than we even thought it would at the beginning initially. And the owners don't care because they got their hands in other businesses right now. So they don't care. Okay, no baseball. That's fine with us. We'll make money off of this and off of this. And like the Red Sox ownership, they got the racing team. They got the Liverpool soccer team. They got all their hands in all these things. So baseball, okay, we don't have to pay you. We don't have to pay park costs. We don't have to pay anything. Okay, we're fine with whatever you want to do. That's my fear. Is these owners will dig their heels in and it'll be longer than we think.
Well, Paul Skeens came out not too long ago and he said the players are dug in and ready. They're dug in and ready for games missed next year. So
I've been digging for a long period here. I think it's going to be a long time.
I think they realize it's going to happen, and that's why they're mentally preparing for it to happen.
They've been preparing this for 3 years.
Yep. Yep.
This has been. I mean, at some point, if you're the players, you got to look at it and say this has been planned out by the owners for 3 years. You need to do everything you can to be able to prepare for it. But that's why I kind of think as well, interesting that we talk about some of the high school kids that are going in the draft right now, even some of the college guys, that they're still going to go to the draft at this moment. We don't know what's going to happen in the future next year. So I would be shocked. I don't know where the MLB draft is this weekend, I'll be a little shocked if we see. I won't. I'll say this. I'll change it up. I won't be shocked if we see a lot of guys who do get drafted opt to go back to school, even if they're now if they're a first round pick, they're a first round pick. More times than not, they're not turning down first round money. But I think we'll see a lot of guys in the second and third rounds go back to school because they know they have their NIL money guaranteed for them, and they're still going to play baseball next year as well.
Yep. This is exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is. Is these high school kids that are entering the draft, if they're not first round picks, they'll go back. They'll go look for a college to go to. They'll accept a college deal and get the NIL money. I agree with you because I feel bad for this draft class. I really do because they're about to hit something that they never ever expected to get hit with.
You surprised we haven't heard anything updated with the All-Star game rolling around and like Jonathan mentioned the draft coming up this weekend?
Manfred usually does his state of the league the weekend before the weekend before the All-Star game. So it'll probably be Monday, right before the home run derby. Because the home run derby's on Monday, right?
I believe so.
Yes.
Game's on Tuesday, home run derby's on Monday. So we'll probably hear Rob Manfred speak at 2:00 Eastern time, since it's in Philadelphia. 2:00 Eastern time, Rob Manfred will have his State of the League press conference, and we'll hear talks about the CBA. We'll hear talks about proposals and what I'm afraid of in the conference. We're not going to hear anything that actually is newsworthy. He's a lawyer. We forget that Rob Manfred himself is a lawyer. He's going to lawyer up every word he speaks. Is going to be all lawyer talk, and he's not going to give any. There won't be really any. We'll share some information when we cover this, and we'll share some information when we cover that. There will be some. I'll say this. I'll predict this. There'll be one or two tidbits, those snippets of the commissioner taking shots at the players union and how the negotiations are being handled by them, and also praising the owners for preparing to do what's best for the league. And I just and the old cliche saying, I just hope we don't get to a point where we have games missed next year.
Mm-hmm. Here's his press conference.
That's the tugging on the string. That's the tugging on the strings line. I hope we don't miss games.
Here's his press conference. Mr. Perales, you have the next question? I can't discuss that. I can't comment on that right now.
Yeah.
That'll be 80%. That'll be 80% of the press conference. He'll have some, like I said, he'll have some snippets here and there, and then he'll have there'll be one shot taken, and then like I said, it'll be. I'm hopeful we don't miss games next year.
I hope so too, but the longer they go without sitting at the table and talking, the worse it's going to be. If they don't do it till after the World Series, they're never going to get an agreement done in a month or a month and a half. It's never going to happen. I'm sorry. Even the best negotiating teams don't come together in a month with as big of a CBA as this is going to be. So,
well, like I said, like we've said this before, where we're at right now with the players' union, this is Tony Clark's fault still.
Yeah, no doubt.
This is Tony Clark who has zapped all the power for years away from the players' union. And then, as we found out why he resigned, there was some personal gain that he was using his position for. We are in this position for the players because of Tony Clark's negligence. Negligence of his position of power as the head of the players' union. This is his fault that we are in this position that where the owners control every aspect of the negotiation now.
Without question. Without a doubt.
Yep.
I agree. MLB, the union leadership should go to the NFL union leadership and say, how did you guys come to a CBA so fast? What happened? And take some tidbits out of that and then go to the MLB negotiating and say, hey, let's get this done as quick as possible. Let's solve these problems, these minor problems, as quick as we can and get them done. And then we'll worry about the big issue.
I don't think they're gonna. I don't think the owners want that. They don't. They don't want the owners don't want negotiation. They want it. They want their way. They want their pie. They want their cake, and they want and they want to eat it too.
Agreed.
They are because again, the owners have never. And Scott, you'll agree with this. They have never been in this position of power over the players' union. They have gained power every CBA talks. They have gained more and more power, and they've been waiting for this CBA to where they can throw their power around, and they're going to look at the players' union and say, "There's nothing you can do about it."
That's right. That's right. Mm-hmm. That's why I think this is going to be a longer without baseball than even we imagined at the beginning, because the owners are just going to dig in and say, "We're the big monster. You guys are going to come to us, and we're going to negotiate this. We're going to settle this, but you're going to come to us. We're not coming to you." Mm-hmm. That's my fear.
No, none of them are going to want to be the bigger man in this situation. They're just going to sit and wait for the bait.
Yep. Exactly.
It's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out here the next couple months.
Everybody's going to be WNBA fans next summer.
Hey, they're starting. There's a professional softball league to scratch your fix.
That too. So,
I'm actually starting to kind of watch a little bit. So I'm excited.
I caught a game. I saw a game on TV the other day. I watched it. It was a rebroadcast, but it's not bad. So.
Can't wait to see how that evolves. So, before we get into the All-Star discussion, there was one bit of note that we got today. Actually, one of the Legends picks, Justin Verlander, for the American League, the Legends pick for the American League this year, has announced that this will be his last year. He plans on retiring after this season, which in his mind, thank God, with all the labor talks going up.
Oh God. It's 2 years too late. It's 2 years too late. He should have retired 2 years ago. I hate to say it. I hate to be that way, but his career has gone steadily downhill for the last 3 or 4 years.
The last big contract he signed with the Mets was the nail in the coffin.
Yes. No question. Great pitcher. Is he Hall of Fame worthy? Do you guys think he's Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep, I do too.
This was predictable, though. He was going to retire. Him going back to Detroit, where he started his career, essentially returning home. This was the worst kept secret in baseball, that this was going to be his last year, last hurrah. Scott, I do agree that it was probably 2 years too late. He has shown moments that of the old Verlander, but it's only moments. But at the end of the day, to the question, Scott, yes, he's a Hall of Famer. He's been one of the better pitchers of this era. A top 5 pitcher of this era. A great career, long career. We've seen a lot of greatness out of Verlander. So tip your hat to him and enjoy the ride into the sunset. Of his career, and you kind of wish Detroit was better this year than what they've shown with a lot of the issues, but that you could see Verlander at least get maybe one more playoff run, even though he may not be the key factor in the playoff run. You at least see Verlander in there again, but I don't think we're gonna. Just from how we see the Tigers going, I don't see that being the case. But he returned home. He's back to where the career started. Very predictable that this was going to be the last year for him. So I think we'll sit back, kind of what we did with Kershaw last year. We'll sit back and kind of reminisce of the time that we've seen Verlander pitch in the big leagues throughout his career, and just say what an amazing career he had throughout his time in the big leagues.
Yeah. Right now, currently, the Tigers are 9 games below 500. They're 6.5 back of the White Sox, 5 games back of the wild card. Which, of course, the American League has just been awful this year. So that's the only reason why they're even still in it.
You're telling me, Alan. Holy cripes, jeez. Who in the American League wants to face the Dodgers or the Braves in the World Series? Holy cripes.
Hottest team in the American League right now, Scott, is your Boston Red Sox. They're one of the that they just slept the Orioles for 4th place.
Jonathan,
Boston's 8-2 in their last 10. They've won 4 in a row.
Jonathan, Alan, I know you can look this up. How many games do you think the Red Sox are out of a wild card spot, Jonathan?
I'd say 3.
You're
4.
close. 4. 4. For as bad as they've played this year, they're only 4 games out of a wild card spot.
They're 4 games behind us. They're 4 games behind Texas.
That is embarrassing for the American League. The Tigers are in the mix too, and they've been awful.
The team what we recently swept, Toronto, is still 3 games out.
Yeah, I mean, this is so bad. You might get an under 500 team in the American League wild card, in the 3rd wild card spot this year. That's embarrassing. It's completely embarrassing right now what the American League is doing. The White Sox and the Rays are probably the 2 best teams in the American League right now. That's awful. It's awful.
It's and I'm looking at the standings right now. The Twins, Tigers, and Royals are all at the bottom of the Central. All 3 of them have won 3 games in a row.
My God. It's so bad. The National League's got to be looking at the American League going, we got to play one of these guys in the World Series?
The A's are the A's now. They've lost 4 in a row. The Angels have lost 7 in a row.
Yep.
I can't make heads or tails of the Astros or the Mariners or even the Rangers.
Real quick. I know I don't like talking about them because they just continue to be the worst run franchise in all of professional sports right now. Well, let me ask that. Can we call the Los Angeles Angels the worst run franchise in all of professional sports?
Yes.
Have they surpassed the New York Jets?
Yes, they're awful.
I was going to say, I don't know if you
Moreno comes out.
I was going to say,
Moreno, the owner, comes out. He comes out and says, we have no plans to trade Mike Trout. Well, no duh. You've been saying that for a decade. We don't even ask the media. Media doesn't even ask that question anymore because you've missed your timeline to trade Mike Trout.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like you talking about ownership negligence. You didn't get anything for Shohei Ohtani when he left, and you're not going to get anything for Mike Trout throughout his career. And you're going to they're not in hell, but they're in purgatory of just being who they are. The Angels have to be, like I said, the worst run franchise in all of professional sports now.
Yep. I would 1,000,000% agree with that. I mean, your best thing was 3 years ago when Shohei left. You should have traded him and got something, and then traded Trout and got more, and built your organization up with the top level prospects you got, and you might be a decent organization, a decent team right now.
Guaranteed they'd be 1st place in the division right now had they done that. Guaranteed.
Yeah, because the division's so bad. It's like the NFC South. It's so bad right now. It's ridiculous. It's laughable. It really is laughable.
I love how you said NFC South with the lone NFC South representative in the chat.
Well, I mean, honestly, last year the Carolina Panthers were they a playoff team? No, they weren't. But they won the division process of elimination. It's so laughable in the American League right now. It's the Rays are the only team. Rays and White Sox are the only 2 teams I would go out of my way to watch right now in the American League. I won't even watch my Red Sox. It's so bad.
The judge injury has made the Yankees unwatchable.
They're done. We talked about this last year. If Judge and Stanton are in the lineup, that lineup's terrible. That lineup is pitchable.
Their defense, even with Judge in the lineup, their defense is horrible. It is one of the worst defensive teams I've ever seen.
I'll say we've been talking about this for 3 years with Aaron Judge's health and whatnot. This is the news.
Yeah, no, I know.
The Yankees are They are who they are as long as Judge is healthy. If Judge is not healthy carrying that offense, as Scott just said, they can't play. They're not a good team.
They can't. I agree.
You mentioned Tampa, Scott. They bunted them to death. That's how bad their defense is.
It's so bad right now. If the Rays win these next 2 games against the Yankees and the Yankees are 7 games down, stick a fork in the Yankees. They're done. And it's before the All-Star break. I'm sorry. Aaron Boone needs to be fired. I don't know how he has a job. It's because of Brian Cashman. Cashman loves Boone. He just absolutely loves him. Well, guess what? His voice in the clubhouse is getting stale right now. You need to make a change. He's not the guy anymore. He can't lead this team anymore. He's done.
You can't be relying on Cody Bellinger,
and Paul Goldschmidt.
You can't rely on a half-baked Paul Goldschmidt and Cody Bellinger to be the leaders of your team.
Right, exactly. And
you talk about developing players. The Yankees have traded away all of their good developmental talent over the years.
Absolutely, no question.
Well, let's ask this question: do the Steinbrenner brothers have the balls to fire Cashman?
No.
As much as and yes, Aaron Boone deserves a lot of blame for the continuous failures of this team. But Brian Cashman built the roster for them too.
Exactly.
And he has not done anything. He's not done his job to build a lineup that protects Judge and still be able to score and win games when he's not in the lineup. Like, Cashman deserves he needs to lose his job. Do the Steinbrenner brothers have the balls to do it?
I don't think so. Jonathan, I don't think so. I think as long as Cashman is there, Boone will be in that dugout some way, somehow. Until Boone says, I've had enough. I'm done.
Rays won 3-0 today, by the way. So
and Garrett Cole was on the mound. That's one of the two. Cole was on. Schlittler is the only guy right now that's doing anything. Well, they're missing Max Fried badly too. That's another guy they're missing. But zero donut against the Rays tonight. You put up a 0 spot. That's happened more times than not. They're dying to get to the All-Star break right now. They can't wait. They can't beat the Red Sox. They can't beat the Rays.
And it comes back to, like I was mentioning earlier, Scott, where you have all these teams where they're saying, well, the competition's only good because all these teams spend their money. The Yankees are one of the top most profitable organizations in all of baseball, and they have nothing, and I mean nothing to show for it other than Aaron Judge. Oh, by the way, he's 3-time MVP, and he has the AL home run single season record. Good.
Yep.
You still haven't won a World Series in over 15 years.
When's he coming back? August? Is that what they said? August? Is that what they're talking?
It's August, September, I think, is what I keep hearing.
Yeah, he's not winning the MVP again, number one. And number two, the Yankees could be in 3rd place by that time. That's how, I mean, they might be in 4th place, never mind 3rd place. They're bad. They're laughably bad right now. They have no offense without Judge. Or Stanton. Stanton's not great, but that was the worst contract you could ever have taken, Stanton. They signed him to. The worst contract. Sorry. One of the worst contracts in baseball.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Going to here, we'll real quickly, we'll look at some of the all-star rosters here. Obviously, you look at the American League, again, the talent differs drastically from the National League. When you have your starting second baseman is Ernie Clement. He got the most votes out of everybody, out of every American League player, which, you know, I was kind of surprised by that because a lot of people was like, what, who is this kid? He's played good. No, don't get me wrong, but it's like, who is this kid?
How many spots are on each roster? 25? Is that what they do, or are they up to
25 or like 30 something? I don't know.
Okay. So in the American League, before you read off the names, Alan, there's 3 Tigers, 2 Red Sox, 4 Blue Jays, and 2 Royals on the American League team. You seriously? Those teams deserve 3, 5, 9, 11 of the spots those 4 teams deserve?
Well, I'll go this. I'll go this. I think all professional sports, need to do away with fan voting. Do not let fans vote for All-Stars because that's just popularity contest now. Like do away with it. Get the fans off of the vote. I think it just needs to happen. The fans, you got fans voting, for every player on their own roster, that don't belong in it. In the All-Star game, like that's the biggest detriment, especially for Major League Baseball. It's the fan voting is the worst aspect that you can have take place. Get rid of the fans to vote. Don't let them happen. Let the players and media be the one. Player vote and the players vote and the media votes. Let that be your two reasons to go by on the player All-Star game votes. But the fans don't need to vote anymore.
I'll just say, how long has Aaron Judge been out so far this year? Since
month and a half, something like that.
How is he voted in as an All-Star?
Mike Trout too. How's Mike Trout voted in an All-Star? He's injured. He's not playing.
Your top three outfielders are all hurt. Trout, Buxton, and Aaron Judge, all out.
Excuse me. Where is William Contreras on this American League All-Star team?
He's a reserve now.
Contreras is a reserve. They put him in the reserve.
Yes, because Vlad's taking the All-Star weekend off.
That's good because he should have been in the initial reserve.
Nick Kurtz is going to be now the starter, which he should have been the starter to begin with.
It's popularity contest.
Contreras is going to be the reserve for Nick Kurtz.
To Jonathan's point, I agree with him. Fans should not vote because all it is I want to get my guy in the All-Star game, and it's a popularity contest.
We should at least have three. Out of Texas, we should have at least have three. We only have one, and that's Jacob Latz. The other two that I think you can make a case for are Josh Young and Ezekiel Duran. Duran, actually, you want to talk about popular vote, for a while, he had the second most until the kid from Cleveland came up.
The sad part is every team's got to be represented. So deserving guys get left off because of that. Every team's got to be represented. That's 3 Tigers. I mean, the Tigers have been abysmal in the first half. And you have Dylan Dingler, Riley Green, and McGonigal on the All-Star team. Really? All 3 of those guys deserve to be on the All-Star team? I mean, if Jonathan's National League team doesn't win this year, I would agree with him. I would go into hiding for months until they win one. Because this American League team is totally laughable. It's totally laughable.
It is.
I mean, you're selecting as fans Aaron Judge to go to the All-Star game. He has no shot at playing in this All-Star game. Come on. What are we doing?
Meanwhile, look at the national compared to that, because looking at the starters for the American League is Langoliers, now Nick Kurtz, Ernie Clement, Bobby Witt, Junior Caminero, who right now is my vote for AL MVP.
I'm about to say the same thing. Yes.
Cody Bell
the other day.
Cody Bellinger, Randy Rosarena, and Riley Green are going to end up being the starting outfielders because all 3 starting outfielders for the American League are going to be out.
I'm out. I'm not watching the All-Star game this year. I can't watch it. The American League is just so bad. I can't watch it. It's like
meanwhile, looking at the National League, you have Drake Baldwin, Freddie Freeman, Ozzie Albies, C.J. Abrams, Max Muncy, which Muncy and Brandon Marsh are like my only 2 questionables, but then it's like Juan Soto, who's actually the only bright spot for the Mets, and Pages has been good for the Dodgers, and then of course Shohei, who literally gets every single vote no matter what. And then you still got guys like Hunter Goodman for the Rockies, William Contreras is in the reserve, Matt Olson's there in reserve. Honestly, Otto Lopez, I think, should be a starter because he's been
I'll
playing
throw-
great for Miami this
I'll-
year.
I'll throw a name that I hope he replaces because obviously Ronald Acuna Jr. got voted in the All-Star, but he's not going to play because he's hurt right now too.
Yep.
Michael Harris.
Michael
deserves
Harris
to be
was
an All-
another one. Michael Harris was another one.
Was he already named as a replacement?
Mm-mm.
He should be the one that replaces Acuna in the outfield.
I agree.
Michael Harris has been you're talking about a player who has been the bright spot of the Braves, and especially over the last month when they have struggled horribly. Harris has been the one lifting this offense for the Braves every night, where he's going 2 hits, 3 hits every few other games. He's batting over 300. He's on pace for 30 home runs, career type of year, and he's not in the All-Star game. That's why again, I love the fact that Acuna got voted in. I will always love Ronnie and always love when he represents the Braves. But he's had 2 IL stints this year with a hamstring injury, and he's currently still in the IL. That's why I say take the fan voting out. Let everybody else vote because Michael Harris should be in the All-Star game and not Ronald Acuna right now.
I agree.
And that needs to be, and hopefully Major League Baseball changes that, makes the announcement that says that Harris is the replacement for Acuna for next week.
Yep. Yep, I would agree.
The reserves they have right now for the National League are Corbin Carroll, PCA, Jordan Walker, and James Wood.
Yeah, you can't. I don't think you can pull any of those guys. I wouldn't with any of those. But I agree.
I'll be honest. PCA should have at least be starting over Brandon Marsh. Over Brandon Marsh right now, probably.
Harris needs to be there.
And Harris needs to be there too.
I think they'll do the right thing and put Harris in for Acuna. I think they will. They have to. I mean, as Jonathan said, he's carried the Braves' offense at times this year. So, and he's been good for a while. He's been good for not just this year. He was good even last year too. So, yeah, he needs to be there. He needs to be there.
Braves did win today, by the way.
Yes, we did.
Of course they did.
3-0 win over the Pirates. So.
Last question, because I got to hop off in a couple minutes. Who's your National League starter for the All-Star game? Is it Miz, Jonathan?
Yes.
He's pulled out. Pulled out.
Huh?
Mizorowski's pulled out.
Pulled out of the All-Star game?
Mm-hmm. He said he will not pitch.
Really? So it's got to be Skeens. It's got to be Skeens.
3 years in a row?
Skeens, Sale, or Yamamoto.
I wonder if Roberts will give it to Yamamoto because it's his guy. That would be the only way that Yamamoto would start. Is Roberts is giving it to him because it's his guy. Miz pulled out, huh?
Yeah, he's saying he will not pitch.
I wonder if he's hurt or he's battling something a little bit.
I mean, looking at it, compared to the American League, though, American League, it's either Dylan Cease or Schlittler is going to be the starter.
It's going to be Schlittler, number one. Number two, I would you start Sale? Jonathan?
I'll throw Chris.
Maybe. Maybe. I think this is where I'll say another snub. Where especially if it's Philadelphia, why Zach Wheeler was not voted as an All-Star.
Yeah, that's another one. I wonder if Wheeler will be Miz's replacement.
That's what I think is going to happen. If that's the case, then because it's in Philadelphia. There's your starting pitcher, Zach Wheeler.
Yep.
Otherwise, then I would think it would be Paul Skeens. Then, if it's not going to be Wheeler, I think you let Skeens be the one to do it again. Then.
Yeah, I think you do too. So.
I mean, it also depends on where they fall as far as their starts here coming up.
Skeens pitched yesterday.
Skeens pitched
Skeens
yesterday.
pitched midweek, so he'll be
So
fine.
he's on track. He'd be on track to pitch in the All-Star game.
Yeah.
When did Sale last pitch?
I know
I
think Sale pitched.
Did he pitch 2 days ago?
it's Bryce Elder tomorrow.
So then Sale probably won't be able to pitch then because his spot's coming up then.
If he goes Sunday or Monday, he won't pitch. If he goes Sunday, he's not pitching.
And you're playing the Cardinals this weekend. It's the final series, so
They won't pull him out
Right.
until he starts the All-Star game. They'll pitch him in there if it's Sunday. So he might be out. But yeah, Wheeler. If Wheeler's a replacement, then Wheeler's
Yamamoto's scheduled to pitch Saturday too, so it might be.
It might be Wheeler. Yeah. It might be Wheeler because I think Sale's probably going Sunday. So.
Yeah, if Sale does go Sunday. Yeah. I'd be interested, but yeah. Scott, again, thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
We'll see you next Wednesday. Next week will be dedicated to top 10, so we'll have to worry about that. And we'll
Rockies
recap
1,
everything.
Angels 2, Royals 3. That's my top 3 right now. So.
All right, Scott, have a great night, sir.
You too. See you guys.
That's it. Alrighty, so next week's show will probably be recapping the All-Star Weekend, which, if you're an American League fan, it won't be much of a recap. It'll just be a slaughterhouse. And then we'll do our top 10 as per usual. So, it should be fun. We're getting ready to start the official second half of baseball, which might be the last one for a while. Judging by how things are going behind the scenes, which sucks. But Jonathan, I know you're on the road right now, headed to the Big H. Condolences first and foremost. But what else you got going on?
So yeah, as I said, I'm on my way to Houston, do some recruiting, do a little umpiring as well. Do a little umpiring as I do during the summer. Kind of use it as a tool to learn and get better as a coach for myself. So I'm out here. I'm in Houston now. I'll be here tomorrow. I drive back to Beeville. I have a recruit. I'm hoping not to jinx it, but I got a big recruit coming to visit us. He's flying in, to visit us. I'll say this kid has SEC offers, and he's coming to visit us at Coastal Bend College as well. So this is a big fish for us that I'm working on. So I'm going to be here in Houston for one day. I drive back to Beeville Friday morning to meet with him and his family Friday night. Give him kind of wine and dine him a little bit. Give him the tour of the campus on Saturday. Kind of set some time with everything. After Saturday, once he'll head back to fly out. I will be back in Houston on Sunday recruiting and umpiring again. So it's a nonstop cycle for me. I'm always all over the place and whatnot and driving everywhere. So this is a pretty for recruiting purposes for me. This is a pretty big weekend. I'm taking a big shot at on a big fish to hopefully land for this fall for us. So, but I'm very excited about that. But again, this is something I've enjoyed doing for us, is on the recruiting side and trying to go get for the players that can be difference makers for us and really elevate our program to where we're going to be a championship caliber program. So this is a big opportunity that I'm really looking forward to, and hopefully I do my job well enough that I get some good news over the weekend as well.
Nice. Yeah, good luck to you. Absolutely. One last thing I got to ask you, because I completely forgot about it. What did you think of Oklahoma beating North Carolina in the World Series?
As we always say, the hot team in that tournament will always win. Always. Very rarely. Again, we've seen the team that's hot and really talented win. LSU with Paul Skeens and Dylan Cruz. Last year, LSU was the hot team. Talented, yes, but they were hot. But you go through the list, Tennessee. You go through the list, Ole Miss, Mississippi State. All these teams in the College World Series for decades. It's the team that is the hottest that wins it. I said that UNC was probably the more talented team, and I will stand by that. I think they were the more talented team on paper, but Oklahoma got hot. They got hot very, very fast, and you can look back, and as I kind of said, when LSU beat Oklahoma, I didn't give Oklahoma a chance. They figured it out. They got the hot hand going, and they rode that all the way to a championship. So, congratulations to Oklahoma. You, Alan, being an Oklahoma fan, congratulations as well for you. A little surprised. I'll say I was a little surprised. I did not think Oklahoma had it, but they were the hot team that played with house money, and they were able to win it.
Yeah, I think it was the walk off on Georgia Tech that sparked the run here. So it's cool. It was cool to see because rarely do I ever get to see OU play well in baseball. I think the last time they played this well was when they went to the World Series in 2022, but they ended up losing, I believe, to Ole Miss in that championship series back when we were still with the Big 12. Yeah, that was the last time I really got to enjoy college baseball to the fullest at that point. But I did enjoy a lot of this tournament. West Virginia was fun to watch. Troy was fun to watch coming out, being one of the last 4 teams in to get to the College World Series in Omaha. North Carolina obviously was fun to watch. And don't worry, we're keeping the seat warm for you so you guys can take it back next year.
Oh, we're coming. Don't worry. We're loading up right now, coming forward back next year.
Absolutely, absolutely. By the way, tomorrow afternoon, ESPN 690 in Jacksonville, Rec Room Sports Radio Show, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. You can check it out on the airwaves there, or you can check it out here on the YouTube page as well if you want to watch the video feed of us being crazy and goofy, but it's always a fun time. It's very entertaining. Definitely check that out. And locking in, we'll be back on Saturday. We are actually going to start our college football talk with that. And Jonathan, you might want to watch Saturday because we're doing over-unders, win totals and stuff for both the SEC and Big Ten. So we're starting with the 2 biggest conferences, kind of work our way down. Next week will be ACC, Big 12, but this week is SEC and Big 10. So it's going to be a fun Saturday. It's going to be fun to talk about college football again.
Yeah, we're right around the corner. College football will be back here very soon. NFL will be back here very soon. So we're getting closer and closer to football season.
Absolutely. And I do want to kind of give a little bit of a tease. It's not set in stone yet, but if we do, obviously what we did last year with the playoff, we did some live streams for some of the playoff games. If we do that for the season this year, I think the first game we're going to do is going to be Clemson LSU. So, which is, again, Lane Kiffin's debut with the LSU Tigers. Obviously, it's the battle of Death Valley because it's Clemson.
No. We're not playing into Clemson's claim of having Death Valley. They are not the real Death Valley. We had it first, and there's a deeper reason into the story and the backstory of why we are known as Death Valley, not some self-proclaimed name because your coach, needed something of a pep talk to give your team some hope. That's what Clemson did. LSU, Tiger Stadium is the real Death Valley. We beat them in their stadium. They got to come to ours now.
That is going to be an electric atmosphere. I will say that, especially for the first night game of college football. It's going to be a fun night, mainly for LSU fans, probably not for Clemson fans. I'm sorry, guys. Jonathan, anything else before we end off tonight, sir?
Man, all good from here.
Alrighty. Oh, safe travels, of course, as you continue your trek to Houston. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back next week. We'll recap All-Star Weekend and then, of course, do our top 10 for the month of June. Until then, love y'all. Stay safe. Have a great day. Bye, Spotify.
Bye, Spotify.
Have a great night and take care.